Now let's proceed. Let's look at how a full outer join looks like. So kind of when we discussed full outer join, what did we look at? We looked at a table, we looked at a customer table and an order table, and we basically said that it's actually a combination of your left join and right join. That is, whatever is common gets filled up on both tables. Then kind of you look at from a left join perspective where you see that, you account for all the rows, and then whatever matches you fill in, whatever does not match you put nulls, and do the same thing for the right table as well. So let's create these two tables so that you can have a look, right? And this is how visually it looks like. All right, so I am going to go ahead and create a customer table. So I'm going to say create table my customer, and then I'm going to say customer ID, and then what did we have? Customer name. Yeah, customer name. And then I'm going to just insert two sample values. All right, and I'm going to copy this and insert another row. Perfect. So we have a customer table and we have two rows in it. Insert into each. Oh, okay. I forgot a parenthesis. Okay. All right. And then we had a order table as well. So let me just quickly go ahead and create the order table. We had the order number, and I think we had the order name, and then just a customer ID, which is basically your column where you can use to join your two tables. All right, so we have an order table, and then what we're going to do is insert into my order values can be 1, call it sum order 1. And 1. Okay, just 4 values, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we have 4 values now, and then what we're going to do is we're going to look at both these tables together. Oops. Okay, 2 rows in the first table, 4 rows in the next table. Okay, so how should the output look like? Let's look at it. Select star from your first table. In this case, it's a customer table. Give it an alias. And now you use the word full outer join, and then you use my order as the second table and join via a dot customer ID equal to b dot customer ID. And then I would like to look at basically everything, but let's just use your column names. I need the customer ID and the customer name from my first table. Oops. And I need a couple of columns from my second. Let's take the order number and the order name. Okay, that should be it. And let's just format this a little bit so that you can see things more clearly. Okay. So the first 2 rows were common between both the tables. So that's why you find table from both the tables. But you don't find. So actually, let me do one thing. Let me just make it a little more interesting. I'll say truncate table my customer, and I will actually use a slightly different data. Okay, now let's see how things look like. Okay, now you see there's just one row that is common across both customer ID 1 and customer ID 1. So that's why you find the entire data from both the tables. Next it goes to the second row. 3, John, it puts in here, it didn't find anything in the right side table, it put nulls. Now it does the same thing for your right side table. The first row it finds common, so naturally it actually matched the columns with both the tables. And then for order number 2, 7 and 8, there are no corresponding entries in your customer table, so it put nulls. So it's kind of a combination of your left join and your right join. Okay, now before we conclude, let's look at our last concept, that is cross join. Cross join, what we said is if you have 2 rows from table 1, 2 rows from table 2, cross join will actually join with every single row, right? Table 1 will join with 2 rows, 2 rows for each row of table 1. So that's why you see that the rows start repeating. Again, best way is to look at an example. So let's actually look at these two itself, right? So we don't waste time creating another table. So we say that select star from my customer the syntax is cross join with my salary. And let's see how this looks. Okay, so my customer, you cross join with my salary, so that's why you're saying every entry has 3 rows, right? So 2 rows from the first table, 3 rows from the second table. So the first row, that is customer name Rakesh, customer ID 1, joined with every single row from your second table. Similarly, it took the second row, joined with every single row in the second table. So that's basically what is a cross join. And another interesting way to write this is something like this: my customer, comma, my salary, and it'll pretty much give you the same result. It's just an alternate way of representing it. So we looked at some few examples of how to join stuff, and again, sometimes it can be a little confusing, and it's just writing more queries and getting more used to it. Basic rule of thumb is look at 2 tables, look at what is the common column, and basically analyze what kind of data you need. Do you need just the common rows, or just the rows from all the rows from left table, all the rows from right table, and accordingly just apply your joins. And you can extend the same concept to multiple tables as well. You can write table A inner join table B on some common column, and again you can write inner join table C with again a joining column. So once you master this concept, it actually becomes really very interesting, and for data analysis, because you'll have lots of tables, and this will allow you to easily join each table, run aggregations, run summations, and so on and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed the concept of joins. See you later.